Tomi Lahren is a well-known TV commentator who says she has been criticized for years over her conservative views, including a recent event where the state police were called in for her safety. She also says she will never shut up, no matter how many times she is canceled. Take a look.
I came here to speak in Albuquerque, University of New Mexico. I know that there was a protest planned. You know, usually when I speak, there's protests planned. And usually it's small, it's manageable, just some rowdy people, disgruntled liberals, you know, the standard. That's not what happened tonight. It turned violent. They started pushing the officers that were guarding the door, trying to bust in the door. I was escorted away for my safety by officers. The emergency unit had to be called in because that's how bad it got. We were barricaded in the kitchen for probably about a half an hour to 45 minutes. I'm dumbfounded that people could be so disgusting, so violent, so evil to their fellow classmates. I mean, never mind me if you don't like me. I've been through this circus before. This was a pretty bad one.
What do you think about what you've heard so far?
Hey, listen, you're exactly right on this. The mob has been empowered. At this point, people on social media, they seek out people to ruin their lives, and they do it for pure satisfaction. Now, listen, there's been attempts to cancel me before cancel culture was a thing. I'm an outspoken conservative. That's something that I'm used to. But we've progressed to a different level, and you're seeing it with what happened with your first guest, me, especially those with a conservative message. Let's be honest, seems to be the conservatives that are mostly targeted by this cancel culture. But we are beginning to foster an environment and a society where free speech only goes one way. And my message has always been, free speech isn't just saying what you want to say, it's also hearing what you don't want to hear. And you don't get to be violent and vile to people who say things that you disagree with. That's where this needs to end.
Yeah, and that's my concern. Listen, everybody has a right to respond. They can agree with you, disagree with you. What I hate is that we're getting so divisive and we're not talking about the message, we're talking about the messenger. If you don't want to hear them, don't go. If you want to protest, protest. But I don't understand storming the doors and attacking to the point that you've got to barricade yourself in the kitchen. And I truly believe, had you not, you truly were in danger had you stayed in there.
Yeah, I was in danger, but not just me. Let's talk about the students that were there to attend the event. Luckily for me, I had police escort me away in an armored vehicle. But what about those students who simply wanted to come hear me speak? I don't even know if everyone there agreed with my message. They weren't all Turning Point USA conservative students. Some were actually there because they wanted the exchange of ideas. They wanted to hear what I had to say. And I really applaud those that were in that room. But how did they get out? The problem is another thing. They build their protest as a protest against white supremacy. They want to call me a Nazi and a white supremacist, baseless, meritless. But what I've learned from the college campuses that I've had the opportunity to speak on is that once you say that you're going up against a Nazi or white supremacist, these individuals feel that they have the moral high ground, and then whatever they want to do to me or to others is fair game at this point. And the media has aided and abetted this mentality right along with the cancel culture vultures, especially in the last 2 years. So they weren't just outside with signs and they weren't just screaming expletives. They felt that they had the right to physically attack me and others because they don't like what I'm saying at a voluntary speech at 7 p.m. in a student union banquet hall. That's how ridiculous it's gotten. Not right.
Yeah, that's not right. And we do have a statement from the University of New Mexico that says, the safety of our campus community and visitors is our first priority. We are deeply disappointed in the actions of those individuals who intentionally chose to disrupt a scheduled speaker and infringed upon the rights of the speaker and those who attended the event to listen and engage, vandalized university property, and unlawfully pulled a fire alarm. Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.